Reasonably Irreverent podcast after this.
We're here at the 23rd Street Brewery with Matt Llewellyn. And Matt, basketball's over, football's still a few months away, but there's always fun to be had at the 23rd Street Brewery.
Absolutely. We've always got something going on here. The games are always going on. It's a great place to come enjoy everything out on the patio. Beautiful scenery out there. Great beer. I've got a great brewer, great food. It's always fun here at the brewery.
And the atmosphere is great and friendly and warm, too.
We always want to make sure you're a lot happier when you leave than you were when you came in.
Always fun here at the 23rd Street Brewery at 23rd and Castle. Make sure to come by when you're in Lawrence.
Hey, Kansas City, Joe Spiker, Easton Roofing, back for another beautiful springtime in Kansas City. We are proud to announce our renewed partnership with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Kansas City. Starting in 2024, a portion of every job sold will be donated to a cause close to my heart. I was a big, and I encourage you to volunteer. And if you hire us for service on your residential or commercial roof, you'll know that a portion of the profits will go to a great cause. So call us at 913-257-5426. Easton Roofing. Integrity matters.
If you'd like to join these and other fine sponsors and market your business on Kansas City's #1 rated podcast, contact us at Danny@DannyKlinkscale.com. Look forward to working with you.
We are back, but I would be remiss, that's a nice snappy one, to not give the Talks Brewing Company their due. New London, Connecticut, I believe. See, Pat Allen of Santa Fe Liquors, he goes far and wide to find the best.
I don't know that we've ever had a beer from Connecticut, Danny.
No, I don't think so. I think Connecticut's also a reasonably anonymous state.
Connecticut.
I had a friend, I spent a lot of time in Connecticut because one of my best friends from high school went to college there. And
in Hartford?
He went in Hartford, yes. He went to Trinity College in Hartford. He was a basketball player. And I saw him at my dad's funeral. And so we've got, anyway, that's the last one. But I wanted to mention for the Talks, it's got the coolest label. It's creepy, but... And the periwinkle, periwinkle's such a happy word. Anyway, the thing is like this guy with a staff, which is this crossbone.
Which I'm telling you.
A skull on it that's in a seemingly British cemetery where the snow's falling.
Wearing a Handmaid's Tale outfit. I'm telling you, it has to be something with the name periwinkle.
Oh, periwinkle is a color, I believe. It's purple.
Okay.
Now, maybe it's a purple flower. I think it's maybe both.
Ooh.
I think periwinkle is a purple flower.
Wow, you're doubling down on this fact check.
There we go. So anyway, we're moving on now and to a local brewery. Oh, well, we lucked out. Did you see what this is from? He's got Pat Allen has told me he has a relationship now with Discourse Brewing. Discourse, which is a fantastic brewery. He didn't even give me notes on this, but now I'm glad because we talked about it. This is exclusive to Santa Fe Liquors.
Really?
Discourse is not selling their beers in general, from what I understand. There's a fact check. I'll check with Pat.
And is that Joko Juice? Is it Discourse?
I think Discourse. No, that's Limitless.
Okay.
But we been to Discourse together?
This is the place you told me about.
Right, and we haven't been together.
Danny, have you tried this yet?
No, not yet.
This is fan.
Well, I will say this. I haven't tasted it yet, but I don't have to taste it. Before I taste it, I'll tell you that I've been to many of the fine breweries. There's so many good ones. It'd be
Absolutely.
bad to Limitless, Friction, and Shawnee, Pathlight, Alma Mater down in the Crossroads. So many good ones. So if I'm leaving you out, send me an email, whatever.
Don't forget City Barrel.
City Barrel, yeah. We haven't been to that one.
I've been there.
Right.
We haven't been there.
Discourse, for me, going to one has been the best so far.
Okay.
It's a tight battle. It's a pitched battle for sure. But I haven't had the dream. I wish I had a little glass of water. But anyway,
it's not going to matter.
Okay. So this is Dream State. So this is you can really probably, unless you're going to go to the Discourse, which I think is at 95th and Metcalfish, I think. you can only get it at Santa Fe Liquors. And this one is the Dream State Journey, which I definitely haven't had.
So here's the deal. It is a tall boy can with a small can sticker on it. That is how makeshift. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yes. Oh, my, indeed.
Oh, I'm just going to, have to let this soak in a bit. And this is a...
Dude, this is the best beer I've had in a very, very long time.
You know
So
what?
they are at 7211 West 97th Street.
Oh,
in
yeah,
Overland
I
Park.
was close. Not.
Yep.
It's a nice space. It's a nice space also. I mean, they're not a sponsor.
No, you were right. It's right off of Metcalf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like 97th Metcalf.
Right. So they're not a sponsor. They're whatever, but
I'm ready to
It's
rate
really
this
a nice
beer.
space. It clearly used to be maybe a restaurant or something. A lot of times where the breweries are used to be kind of industrial spaces,
Yeah.
sort of.
Yeah.
And they're a little spare. This is, and I like them all. I was at Pathlight the other day. I've been at Friction recently, which is in Shawnee. Friction has a couple other great places. I'm sorry if I'm leaving you out. Please send me an email with your place. I'll tick them all off next time.
We'll be happy to come down and...
But I have a friend, a person I've met through the last couple of years. We met at a Pat Metheny concert, actually, at the Kauffman Center. And we, every month or so, get together, and we always try to get together at a new brewery.
Okay.
That's sort of our plan. And that's how I found Discourse. And it's to me, so far, has the best beer. So
Well, this
this
to
is
me,
this is like 8.6.
I was going 8, 9.
This
I
is-
mean, this almost creeps into the 9s. And you know what? I'm making it a 9. This is a 9 for me. This
There we
is
go.
so flipping good, Danny.
And you're drinking it out of the can.
Yes, and I'm turned into a drinking it out of the glass snob, but I couldn't finish the last one.
Oh, there you go. This is delicious.
God bless
And
it.
this is called, I don't even know what, because when I was at a brewery last night, as a matter of fact, and we had a New England IPA that was from New Mexico. And I was like, I don't even know what it means. Here's a fact check.
Yeah, I'll look that up.
What it means for something to be a New England IPA, because there were 2 New England IPAs on the menu, and one of them was from Kansas, and one of them was from New Mexico. So I don't even know what constitutes a New England IPA.
The look of absolute befuddlement on your face when you
Yeah, I'm
said
seeing
one
it.
was from Kansas.
Right, but I mean, what constitutes a New England? Because clearly it's a type of beer.
It has to be, right?
Because it has no. Because obviously, Discourse Brewery, Overland Park, Kansas, has nothing to do with New
I'll
England.
tell you what, that was good.
It is good.
Really good. So we have a new segment
Okay,
premiering tonight, Danny.
here we go.
Because
This
we
is
had a little
exciting.
bit of trouble coming. I mean, we've been doing this for 4 years, but a little bit of trouble coming up with some topics. So I thought we need a new segment. Now tonight that hasn't been an issue, but we're going to do a new segment where I'm going to come up with some old timey words or phrases,
Nice.
which you love and I love,
Right.
and we're going to see if you can guess where they come from. And I'm going to tell you where they come from. What do you think about that?
I think it's great because my wife was throwing a few of these the other day at me. She was online doing something and said something about the derivation of this or that.
Oh,
So-
that's probably where you got rock bottom, you cheater.
No, definitely didn't have rock bottom. I think rock bottom is easily sussed out.
Okay.
There's another fact check for you.
So where does sussed out come from?
Yes.
Love it. Okay. Danny, sometimes when somebody dies, you say they kicked the bucket.
Oh, I
Where
like,
do you think kick the bucket came from?
sounds like something to do with hanging.
Interesting. Go on.
I would say that maybe the person has to stand on a bucket and then the executioner kicks the bucket away so that they hang to their death.
That is a really good guess. But it's not right.
Oh, boy! As the more I was going on, the better I felt about my guess.
Yeah. So they used to hang animals up from high on the ceiling, and then they would execute the animal, right? By
Kicking the bucket.
other means, by standing on a bucket, and they'd reach, because they'd hang it, and they had to stand on a bucket to reach it, and they would do what they do, right, to bleed the animal. And when they would get down, they would kick the bucket out of the way so that it didn't get covered in blood.
Blood all over it.
Thus, kick the bucket.
That was pretty close.
You were not bad. Okay, we're going to do one more. We're not always going to do two. We're going to do two tonight, okay? So, if you had gotten that answer correct, I would have said you hit the nail right on the head.
Oh, right. Okay.
So where do you think that comes from?
Well, this is also somewhat intuitive, I would think. Hit the nail on the head. Well, I mean, that's what you want to do. You know, obviously a nail has a head, and you want to hit it square on so that you drive it in at a perfect angle. But besides that, I've got no guess.
Because hitting the nail on the head, what does that mean to you? It means
you get the answer exactly right.
Yeah, or you're the task correct or whatever.
Right.
So when they would hire carpenters in the late 1800s, they'd bring them in, and they wanted them to be efficient. Well, they're hand-driving nails, right?
Right.
So they would line them up and see if they could strike a nail in with one
blow.
One blow, because if you hit the nail on the head, you could strike the nail in with one blow, thus hit the nail on the head.
I would say I was right.
It was pretty good, buddy.
Although that one's pretty intuitive also.
So, Danny, we flew out to San Francisco, and
yes, I was looking forward
LA,
to hearing,
right?
hearing about the whole experience of San Francisco.
I love LA. San Francisco is fine.
I've enjoyed it when I was there. I was there for the 2014 World Series. I stayed right on Fisherman's Wharf. I can say I thoroughly enjoyed being in San Francisco.
We stayed down there too at a nice place. We went and saw Alcatraz, which was great.
Right.
Okay.
So what's the? Do they still have it as a prison?
No. Oh no. It closed in the 60s,
but they don't have like a prison museum or anything, or.
Oh yeah. There's an audio tour,
but the prison, they don't have it like as a prison. You know, they didn't keep the prison there for you to wander around and say, "Here's where they kept the maximum security."
Yes, it's there.
Okay, that's what I meant.
And you can walk in the cells.
That's what I meant.
It's like the set of Shawshank Redemption. It's creepy.
Or Birdman of Alcatraz.
There you go. And you have to, I don't know that movie. And then you have to take,
Fact check.
You have to take a ferry out there. It's fine.
It's not very far. I mean, you can see it easily from
San Francisco's just cold and gray and foggy.
Yes.
I just couldn't live there. I mean, I would get seasonal depression year round if I lived there.
What's funny is I don't think I mentioned this to you. I should have before you went. We went to San Francisco. It was the year before Kansas won the national championship. So that's how I remember that it was. We went to the regional. They lost to UCLA, I think, in the regional semifinal.
Okay.
And so Dan Ferguson, who was the producer then, and I were there. And so because they lost in the regional semifinal, which was on a Friday, maybe Thursday, and we didn't fly out till Monday, whatever. We had time. We had a day in San Francisco.
Okay.
And we were in San Jose, which is obviously pretty close. And so we drove up to San Francisco, and we went across the Golden Gate Bridge, which when we crossed the Golden Gate Bridge was shrouded in fog. We couldn't even see it.
Yeah.
Couldn't even see it.
I had that experience.
But we were going, somebody said you should go to Sausalito.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went to Sausalito, and it was bright sunshine and an absolutely beautiful day.
Yep.
So
yes, I got to tell you about climate. I've got some climate stories.
Because when we went to Carmel on our California trip, which we talked about, the weather's just like that. It's really, it's never really warm.
Yeah. Kind
of Scotland-ish.
Yes. Absolutely. Right. I do have to tell you this real quick.
Also, they say, I will say this, that they say that San Francisco, their summer is like September and October. Like that's when somehow it's warmer than it is in like July.
Well, you know what Mark Twain said about San Francisco.
I get the quote right because I sort of remember it. This has been like full of every fact in the world.
I believe he said, the longest winter I ever spent was a summer in San Francisco.
That is correct. That is pretty correct.
Samuel Clemens, I think I got it right. Okay.
Yes.
So, the coolest thing we did, besides have the most delicious sushi